Y'all want to hear a story? But I'm rocking the crap. I'm rocking this style, and I will be rocking it until June. Head pounding still, like I'm massaging my head while I'm in the back, like back of the car, like just like, man, just hope this shit go away soon. Oh yeah, I just want to take pictures. That will make me feel better, because everybody knows I love making a little photo. Just remember that God gave me a second chance at life. It was just, I just felt ugly. I felt like I just lost myself. I felt just not Taylor. I didn't look like Taylor. I didn't feel like Taylor. I had no blood at this point. I had to get a blood transfusion. That's my story. So let me tell y'all how one day, it's a random Wednesday, I tried to do a little me thing and I turned up in the hospital that night. So for those who don't know, I lived with my partner at the time, October 1st. He was out watching the game with his friends, and I was at home chilling, watching the game by myself in my own little bubble, having a great time. Had my hookah running, made some turkey burgers, and I had like a glass of wine. Chilling, big chilling, having a great time. I then started to form a headache. Don't know why, don't know where it came from. I don't even have headaches. Now this is October 1st. So I popped some ibuprofen, wasn't working. So I'm like, all right, maybe I should try some Tylenol, but we didn't have no Tylenol at the house. So, got on that phone. Hey, how long are you going to be? Because I think I need some Tylenol. And they were like, oh, I'll be home in a few. Cool. Taylor thinking a few is about 30 minutes. That 30 minutes lasts an hour. So I'm like, man, they're taking too long. Let me try to drive to the store myself to get this Tylenol. Got in the car, figured out I couldn't drive. Like, I didn't have no energy to drive because my head was just pounding and pounding and pounding. And I immediately started throwing up. Think nothing of it. I just thought it was like a bad migraine. Oh, it was this turkey bat that I just ate. Don't know. But, boom, I couldn't drive. Fell asleep in the car, Boom, he gets home, knocks on my car door because he's like, hey, bro, I'm here. Here's the Tylenol. Get in the house. Took the Tylenol. Of course, was crying and went to sleep. That next morning, I tried to stop the headache from coming back because I just had a gut feeling like this crap was going to come back. I popped Tylenol before I went to work. And then I brought like 2 extra with me just in case it came back. So took them. I was fine Tuesday. It was a normal Tuesday. Popped them and then took some water. Went to bed. No issues at all. So I'm like, all right, cool. This thing is going away. Probably just a day thing. Wednesday. Back at home. Big chilling. A little bored. And I decided to go for ice cream at Post. And after I left Post, I went to H-E-B. That's my favorite grocery store. To pick up some stuff. And I came home, turned on The Circle, and fell asleep watching The Circle. That's literally how my Wednesday night ended. I thought it was done. But then around like 11:30, 12, I instantly woke up from this excruciating like pain. Like my head was just like pounding, like boom, 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 boom. Mind you, nobody's home but me. Like I'm home by myself, and I'm like, all right, let me just pop these Tylenol, right? So I popped 2 Tylenol, 500 milligrams, popped 2. So I'm like, all right, last time it took like an hour to kick in. We're going to get this an hour. After that hour, my head was still banging. And I'm at this point where I'm massaging my head, like literally like massaging to make it feel better. So the hour passed, or not even an hour yet. I called my mom because I'm like, at this point, what I'm about to do. So I don't like the doctor at all. I don't like going to the doctor. It's always been a fear of mine. So I called Mama up. I was like, Mama, I have this bad headache. Like, it's been happening for the past 2 days or so. Like, I don't know what to do. Should I go to urgent care? What should I do? And she like, well, what do you think you need to do? Well, that's why I called you, baby girl. And she was like, well, how long has it been since you taken Tylenol? I said, it's been like probably 30 minutes. She's like, well, give it like 30 more minutes. Call me back if it's not. So I'm like, all right, cool. She calls back instantly, like within like 30 minutes. Head's still pounding. It's not helping. So she like, well, Taylor, I think you need to go to the emergency room. I'm like, nah, I think I'm gonna wait till this Tylenol like kick in. Like, we good. We don't need to go. Like, I think I can handle it. Nah, you don't need to. You need to go. You need to go. Nah, I think I'm good. I'm good. Mind you, partner wasn't home at that time. Out hanging with friends. And I'm just at home because, you know, I was just out eating ice cream and doing my own little thing. Cool. So she like, you know what? I got it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Taylor. So I knew my mom was going to call somebody. But who she was going to call, I don't know who she was going to call. But instantly, I called my godbrother. Like, what you doing? And he was like, oh, mom already called me. And she already told me, like, I need to come probably get you. But how you feeling? You want to go? It was like Taylor, I know you don't want to go. So I'm asking you, do you want to go? And I'm like, I don't know. But then I was crying. So then when I knew I was crying, I was like, nah, come get me. It was an instant, like, come get me. Mind you, now it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like 2, like, bro. So my godbrother came and got me, and we went to the urgent care in Pearland. Now, mind you, I'm just changed my clothes, got in the car, and head pounding still. Like, I'm massaging my head while I'm in the back of the car. Like, just like, man, just hope this shit go away soon. Sorry for my language. Got there. I couldn't even fill out the paperwork. My godbrother was filling out the paperwork all wrong. When we first got there, until I finally got like a little conscious and was like, all right, no, that's wrong, this is that. I gave you my ID, like, why you don't have the information? Got back to the room. Of course, they stuck me, IV. And I just remember the man saying, is this your worst headache ever? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And he was like, all right, we're about to do a CT scan on you. So, mind you, y'all, I don't like going to the doctors. I didn't even know what a CT scan was. Whatever. But we know now. It's a scan on your brain. Cool. So he comes back, I say, within like, had to be like 5-6 minutes. And immediately, I'm chilling. I'm kind of like sleep and not asleep. He comes back and he's talking about, we got to get you going. We got to get you sent to the hospital. We got to transfer you. Ambulance. I said, for what? So, well, you got a mass growing on the right side of your brain. Y'all, when I say I was so calm, see how I'm sitting? This is how I was sitting in the bed, like, okay. It's like, yeah, we got to get you transferred. Ambulance, we already called the ambulance to come get you. Gonna transfer you to Memorial Hermann. So my godbrother, he like, oh, which one? The one right here? I'm like, nah. The one downtown medical center. And so I'm just like, cool. I'm literally sitting there like this. All right, cool. Don't know what this means. Mass growing on my brain. I'm just like, okay, cool. So, not funny, but funny part is I go into the ambulance, y'all. Mind y'all, I've never been in an ambulance before, so I was excited. I really was excited that I was just going in the ambulance. Like, man, and I wanted to record myself so bad, but I was like, this is probably not the time to record because you're in an ambulance, Taylor, and something is going on. Even though you don't know what's going on, but at this point, it's serious. They're transferring you to a hospital. So I didn't even know how my godbrother was probably looking at me. He probably like, man, she's really handling this well. I don't know. I was just in shock that all this was happening to me. So we get to Memorial Hermann. That morning, basically, it's October 3rd at this point. They run in tests. Nobody is talking. That's one thing I don't like about doctors. They don't talk. They just run tests, give you this, give you that. Oh, we're about to do this, about to do that. Like, poking me everything. And I'm just like, what's going on? No answers, no nothing. So finally, after hearing nothing for the next, 3-4 hours, a doctor finally came in and he was like, well, what's your name? What's your date of birth? Can you move your arms? Can you move your legs? I'm just like, Taylor, October 16th. Here, yeah, I'm just moving. Like, yeah, what's up? What's good? Well, you have a mass growing on the right side of your brain. Shows me this picture of this like big, like block of something black that's on my brain. He's like, yeah, it's like 4.5 centimeters big, and it's like growing on your brain. And I'm just like, okay, well, what is it? And he's like, well, we don't know if it's cancerous yet or it's benign. So I don't know what any of this is. I just know whatever it is, we need to hurry and figure out what's going on, because I have plans. Like, literally, I have plans. So they like, well, you ain't going nowhere for a few because you're probably going to have surgery. So I'm like, okay. So I think my godbrother calls my mom and say, well, she got a mass growing on her brain. That's when I think everybody started coming, like my grandparents, the person I'm living with, everybody just showed up. I think it was like 15 people at that time that came to the emergency room. We were deep in there, like literally deep, the deepest you probably can ever imagine. And they still wasn't telling us like what it was, what's happening to me. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, I got plans actually on Monday. I have plans the week after, and my birthday coming up. Nobody trying to be in this hospital. So, of course, I got moved to a different room. And then, finally, we got what was going on. So, finally, we get moved to a different room, and Dr. Day comes. That's my doctor. Amazing guy. Comes in with a squad, asks me about myself, asks me my name, what do I do? And I was like, well, Taylor, I'm a school teacher. I teach my babies, my 10th and 11th graders, teach Algebra 2. And so he started diving deep into, well, you don't have a tumor on your brain. It's not a tumor. It's not benign. It's not cancerous. It's something called cavernous malformation. Okay, what is that? He's like, well, do you know what a mass is? I'm like, dude, my major is definitely math, no science. Like, come on. He's like, well, basically this thing has been growing and growing and growing until it's like a blood vessel that grows and grows and grows until it affects the brain to where it doesn't have any more space to grow. So then it starts bothering you. And we don't know how it started, where it came from, but it just started growing. And it started growing till now it affected you. And now it's like, I need room and I need space to breathe. And right now it can't breathe. And he was just telling me how like I caught it just in time because it was really close to getting as big to hit the nerve that affects the left side of my body. So the reason why the doctor's always been asking me, move your arms up, down, look this way, look that way, is because they was making sure that the functions of my organs and my body was still functioning the right way. I'm immediately like messaging my job, like, hey, I'm putting this EPTO in because I don't know if I'm gonna be there tomorrow because I'm in the hospital. I got a mass going on my brain. So I got to miss work tomorrow. Mind you, I'm in the hospital. People probably didn't follow protocol, but I was following all the proper protocols that we had to do for work. Like, I'm up here texting. Like, dang, I'm really worried about my job more than I'm worried about my brain at this point. And hitting her up, like, hey, this is. She like, Taylor, you good. So from there, I was just like, okay, so what does this mean? He's like, well, you're going to have surgery, emergency surgery. give or take next Tuesday. And I said, okay, the 8th, mind you, it's the like 4th now. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I don't have surgery until Tuesday, can I go home? Mind y'all, that weekend, I had took off for work for Monday and Tuesday because I had a wedding to go to in Oakland. And I wasn't about to miss that wedding. Like, I had a time in Cancun for the bachelorette party. You think I was about to miss the time in Oakland? Like, I really wanted to celebrate Shaz and Ty. Like, I really did. I really did. I had plans. And I was really upset that that man told me I had to stay there. And then backdoor, the same weekend when I came back, I was going to do my hair so I could go see Usher in Miami. It was just like so many things. I was really focused on me trying to get out there and not trying to be in this hospital. But that man told me really sadly and confidently, like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. You staying here. So I'm like, all right, bet. I got to be here. So days rolled by, people coming, everybody coming to see me, all jolly, happy. Texans won that Sunday before surgery. They did win. Had my Texans jersey on. Everything was cool. Everything was gravy. And you know, one thing I do, I say wouldn't regret is not cutting my hair before the process, because you got the doctors, they just be cutting, they don't know what they cutting. But I should have just went in and cut half of my head, because that's all I was really worried about. Because I was all right, I'm about to have brain surgery. You're going into my brain, you're about to dig this stuff out. What's going to happen to my hair? He's like, well, we're going to shave it. And I said, so you're going to cut my locks that I've been growing for 2 years and 8 months at this point, because that was the anniversary coming up. And I was like, well, can you just save them? And they looked at me like I was crazy. Save them? Yeah, save my hair. Like, that's my hair. Like, put it in a bag. Like, it's mine. So, mind you, that day comes. I'm ready, up and ready. I think my mom stayed with me that night before. And then my dad and then my partner came that morning before surgery to, you know, wish me luck, wish me well. And then, of course, I know other people were coming later on that day. From my understanding, surgery went well the first time. Like, the surgery went well. I was singing. I was quoting Major Payne, if you know me. That's my movie. I was singing I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Yeah, I know that's my karaoke song. It was good. The following day, October 9th, it's the day I don't remember. Like, I truly do not remember. When it's 24 hours out of the day, I think I remember probably 1 hour of that day. I woke up and I knew surgery was over. And I think they tried to get me to walk and eat. And I remember one of my family members like shoving some green beans, some chicken, some mashed, something in my mouth. And I was like, man, that shit nasty. Like, no, like, I don't want to eat that. And she was telling me, Taylor, stop being so mean. Eat the food. You gotta eat. And I said, nah, I want to eat. And it's like, well, let's get up and walk. And I said, I don't even want to walk. So we went around. I remember walking, but I remember at one point stopping. I said, I can't walk no more. I just wanted to sit down. And it's like, no, you can't sit down, Taylor. You can't sit down. I was like, well, I just want to sit down. And that's all I remember. I literally don't remember anything after that. So when I say I don't remember anything after that, I don't remember anything after that. I just remember waking up again and I had a breathing tube down my throat. And I'm just like, all right, what's happening here? And my mom tells me, you had to go in for a second surgery. You don't remember? I'm like, no. Like, what do you mean a second surgery? Yeah, Taylor, like, you was unresponsive. Like, you stopped talking. You wasn't responding to nobody. Like, you basically was just, yeah, you was just there, but you wasn't talking. You wasn't moving. You wasn't doing anything. So she was like, Taylor, they was throwing papers at me, and I was just signing. She said, I don't know what I was signing, but when I looked up, you were gone. They took you. And I said, wait, what? She was like, yeah. Apparently, my brain was swelling up so bad that I was having seizures. I was basically having seizures. And the only way to save me was to have another emergency surgery and take my bone out. So part of my skull is not in my brain because we had to let my brain breathe. So that's why I had the second emergency surgery. That's the one that saved my life. That's the reason why I'm here. It's because I don't have a skull, but it's okay to not have a skull because guess what? I have life. So that's one thing that I'm like grateful for, even though I don't remember that day. I just remember that God gave me a second chance at life. And I think that's all I want to remember from that day. From waking up the next day of saying, well, I'm here. So that happened, and still processing, that scenario and whatever happened that day, because I don't remember it. But, just hearing the stories from family and friends saying, like, Tay, we came to visit, and he wasn't talking. He wasn't asking people how they doing, because that's what I was doing. I guess in the hospital, I was asking people how were they doing. And they like, Taylor, why you asking us how we doing? Like, it's how you doing. But that's always been me. I always care about others more than sometimes I care about myself at times, because I like to see other people happy. But it's that, got there. I guess basically after that surgery, I believe, it was just a process of trying to heal up, trying to get better, trying to understand the fact I don't have no bone. And then now I got to have this helmet. This helmet came out of nowhere like something like, how a leaf blowing your face? It's like, okay, now you got to wear this helmet. And I'm like, wait, what? I got to wear what? A helmet? Yeah, because you don't have a bone. So this helmet is going to act in place of a bone just in case you fall, you trip, something happens. We don't want anything to happen because it's tender. You just have your brain and basically your scalp on your brain. So that was another thing, I'm about to walk around with this doggone helmet. I look stupid. I'ma look dumb. And so, had to get used to that. Every time I got up, wear your helmet. And I'm just like, this stupid helmet, it's gonna be the death of me. Ugh. So, of course, thought about a helmet. And then, woke up the next day, my eyes just I could not see out of my right eye. Literally, I'm like, bro, something's wrong with my eye. And people that's coming to visit, they like, yeah, you look like you got in a fight with Mike Tyson. And Tyson won. I'm like, nah, I definitely probably beat him. But at this point, I'm like, first time I got no bone. Now, my face is swollen. What's next? At this point, I'm just like, what's next? So family is still coming to visit me. Mind y'all, Michelle, we don't know who Michelle is. It's my mom. My mom is literally taking pictures every day of people coming and me. And mind y'all, I just got the pictures the other day. But looking at myself and her taking these pictures with people and me while I'm looking like this, it's crazy. Be crazy. But yeah, my brother came in from San Antonio, which I know my brother's in the Army. And having him there, I think, gave me a peace. My big brother has always been my hero. Growing up with him has always been a joy. We're 2 years apart. We call each other twins. But it's nothing like a big brother. And having him there was a joy. It made me feel better. It made me just look better sometimes. I feel like I look better, even though I didn't know how I essentially looked. But I just felt good that my big brother was there. He walked with me when it was time to get up at the the bed to walk, talk with me. Like, he was just there. Like, his presence sometimes brings me joy because I just love my big brother. So that was towards the end. He stayed the night before I was about to get out the hospital. It was probably like December 12th now. So he stayed that night, and it was time to go home. I got orders. Hey, you getting discharged tomorrow. Bet. Let's go home. Let's rock it. Mind y'all, I wasn't eating nothing but like fruit this whole time at the hospital. Like, not nothing but fruit after surgery. But when they told me I was getting discharged, I think I ate a little bit of something. At that hospital, I was like, bet, I'm going to just eat me some food now because I know I'm going home. So I went home that Sunday, December 13th. So I was in there from December 3rd to December 13th. Leaving out of there, I was just happy to just be going home. Like, if you don't know, staying in the hospital can be so draining. And plus, they were poking me, sticking me, poking me. I think I got like, if I was in there for 10 days, I probably got poked in my stomach twice a day. So therefore, just count that. Twice a day, 10 days, I got poked in my stomach about 20 times. Drawn blood about 10 times. Like, it was just a lot of things that was happening. I'm just like, I'm just tired of getting, at this point, picked on. Like, I just feel like I was getting picked on for 10 days straight with no, like, relaxation. Like, they tell you, oh, rest, get sleep. But you can't get no sleep because they waking you up every hour to tell you, well, you got to take this medicine. You got to take this shot. You got to get this. And I'm just, like, drained. Like, take me home. So, finally went home. And mind you, when I got out the hospital, I didn't go back home. My mom gave me an ultimatum. She said, either you come live with us or you go to your grandparents' house. And I vowed to myself at 28 years old when I moved out of my parents' house, I wasn't going back over there. So I said, I'm just stay with Granny and Papa until this is done. This is over. And mind you, my lease was up in December. So I was like, it's just for 2 months. You know, this about to be over anyway in 2 months. And I'll be looking for me another space. So then go back home. So mind y'all, October 13th got out. My birthday is October 16th. And I wanted to do this year for my birthday, well, that year for my birthday, I wanted to do a game night. I love playing games. I'm very competitive. So I was going to like rent out one of my friends' spaces and have my friends and family come. We was going to play games, like just play some games. So because I'm at the hospital, I was just like, hey, mama, like, let's just invite some of my friends over and family and we can just play games at the house. She's like, oh, yeah, you know, we can do a fish fry or something. Have people come to Granny house and stuff like that. I was like, cool. Mind you, this will be my first time around, like, a lot of people. Like, yeah, here and there people come to the hospital and stuff, but this the people, and the people I adore, the people I love coming around. So people get there. Not people even get there. Before people get there, that morning, I think I'm so excited about, like, oh, it's my birthday. I got in the shower. Mom was kind of watching me, of course, because I barely can, like, you know, I need help a little bit of walking and, like, making sure I'm okay, don't get dizzy and stuff. Get in the shower. I think Mama stepped away for a quick second, and she heard a thump. Mind you, I thought, and I still think to this day, which I know probably not true, I slowly just sat down because I was tired of standing up. But I actually fell. I had a seizure. So that morning, I came out of it. Probably was down for like 5 minutes, came out of it, and I was just laying down for that time being. I think my sister came over because I was like, I wanted her to clean my ear off because it was like still like bleeding from like surgery and stuff. I just wanted to look clean, look nice, have people come when I had people come over. Because, you know, I'm still getting used to this little look I have. And that was my birthday. And Mom was just like, well, do you still want to do it? You know, I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm good. I'm cool. I'm cool. Like, yeah, I want to see my people. Like, I want to see people. I just want to see people at this point. Got dressed. Mama had brought me something. Actually, no, my partner had brought me something from the house, from the apartment, and I was like, "Bet this is perfect little outfit. Just throw this on." Threw it on. It was cute. No, I didn't look like myself when I looked in the mirror because I think that was my like first time actually looking at myself, and I was not happy at all. It was just I just felt ugly. I felt like I just lost myself. I felt just not Taylor. I didn't look like Taylor. I didn't feel like Taylor. It was just like, why me at this point? Like, why did this happen to me? Like, why did this happen to me? Why is it happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? But at the end of the day, I made it to C32, right? So, let alone, and I told my god brother that day, I said, man, I want to take pictures. That's what I want to do. I just want to take pictures. That will make me feel better because everybody knows I love me a good little photo. So I'm just like, bet, I want to take pictures. But of course, I had that seizure, so I had to chill out for a few. And I finally started getting up, moving around. And then Zayman came, and Zayman helped me take the pictures that I have posted on my Instagram. But then after that, a little party started. It was cool. Everybody came. And mind y'all, this is my first 3 days after the hospital. I'm not knowing how my body's going to react to people, how things are. But mind you, in my head, in my mind, Tay, you okay. Like, that's what I kept telling myself. You okay. You good. You good. Not knowing I'm not okay. So this is me. I haven't processed anything I've been through yet. Still haven't processed it. I just know I'm at the hospital. I'm happy I'm out that place. So I just want to celebrate me being at the hospital, me seeing a different, like another year. And it got to a point where I think it was just everybody was talking. Everybody was, enjoying themselves. And I think I was trying to post my little pictures. And I kept getting frustrated with myself. Like, Taylor, why can't you post this picture? Like, why can't you figure out what you want to say? Like, what is it? And it got to a point when I'm just like, can everybody just be quiet? I think I yelled. I said, can everybody just be quiet for a second? It wasn't intentionally to harm nobody, to hurt nobody feelings or anything like that. It was just simply, I just felt like my brain was moving at 1,000 miles per second. And I couldn't control it. So I just asked for like a pinch of like peace. Like, just quiet. Can we just be quiet? And everybody was quiet, but then I was like, well, shoot, let me get up. So I got up, and I was supposed to go to the bathroom, but I actually went to the back room where I'm staying now, and I'm trying to post my little stuff. So one of my cousins come back there, and she like, you good, Tay? I'm like, I just want to post my pictures. Like, I'm literally telling her, I just want to post my pictures. I just want to like just have this peace of mind, just post my pictures and post my caption. And she like, well, you not fine. And I'm like, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, this is exactly how I'm good. I'm good. And it was like a series of like, I'm good. Like, I just truly felt at the moment I was good. I honestly was good. I was out the hospital. My mind right now, I'm not processing what I've been through, what I've gone through. I'm just happy that I'm at the damn hospital. That was the only thing on my mind, and it's my birthday. Like, that's it. So I'm like fussing with my cousin. My cousin telling me, Taylor, you're not good, you're not okay, all this. I'm like, I'm not, I'm good. So party in. People go home. Next few days or so, I had another episode, another seizure in the shower. And this time, my granny said I just fell. Like, she said I just lost conscious and just held on and just fell. And I remember that one. And that one was, I just lost consciousness and I just fell. And I was in it for like 5 minutes and I got out and I was cool. I had to chill out for a little bit. I was cool. And mind you, when I got to the hospital, I didn't know what medicines I was on. Like my mom and my auntie was looking through my medicines, was telling me what to take, what to do. So I didn't read anything. So I didn't know what medicines I was taking, what the case may be, like nothing. So coming to find out, when that happened, my grandma and my dad or something called my mom like, well, Taylor just had a seizure. Like, what we supposed to do? And she's like, well, did y'all give her seizure pills? This and that. And they're like, oh, no, we didn't give her. And I'm just like, wait, I'm on seizure pills? So that's when I'm like, I need to figure out what the heck I'm on. So apparently I need to take seizure pills twice a day, early mornings and evenings. And I had to take stool softeners so I could poop, y'all. I'm not a regular pooper, but I had to poop. And then I was on like pain medicine for like headaches, like for like my head start hurting. I'll be taking some like Tylenol with codeine. But that was only for like 7 days. Once that was out, we didn't take that no more because the doctor said people could get addicted to that little drug. So give me some regular Tylenol after that. But it was just a whole point of, okay, now you're recovering, you're in this process of just taking medicine, doing this. About 2 weeks after I got some of my stitches removed, when I went back to the doctor after my post, surgery, got some stitches removed. Mind you, the scar looked totally different than how it looks now. But I was just like, man, this is ugly. This is ugly. This is really ugly. So I don't know if y'all saw me wearing hats, wearing beanies. That's because I was trying to hide the scar. So then he left a few in for like a couple more weeks, and then they took those out, and they're like, oh man, this is healing so great. But I'm just in the moment of like, okay, well, when I'm gonna get this bone back? And so he was like, let's do it in December. December, we're gonna get the bone out. Get the bone back. And I'm like, well, first off, where is my skull? He's like, oh, it's in the freezer in Memorial Hermann in the medical center. So this skull just sitting there in the freezer? All right, run me my skull back at this point. So he's like, well, Taylor, when do you want to do it? Mind you, I'm like, the sooner the better. So I could go back to work. I could go back to a normal life. I can I feel like I lost everything. Like, I had no apartment no more. Can't stay in my apartment. I gotta be watched 24/7. I can't breathe without like everybody trying to cater to me. Can't drive. Can't do nothing. I'm just like stuck. I'm just like, bro, I'm at a standstill. And he's like, okay, let's do it December. I go to vacation late December. Let's do it like beginning of December, something like that. So date was set. December 17th. So mind you, when I got that date is set in stone in my brain. Like, bet, we about to do everything in our power to like get there. Get to the December 17th with no mishaps, no nothing. So I'm doing good. I'm feeling better. Getting out a little bit more. Just doing a little bit of stuff, posting myself a little bit more, getting used to like, okay, this is your new norm. You got one side is a little bald, you got hair on your other. You look good, you still Taylor, like, let's do this thing. December 17th is like a month away, like, a month and a half away. Like, you can do it. Like, you can make it till then. So, said that, and all of a sudden my scar, it just started looking funny to me, and I kept saying like, y'all, this don't look weird to y'all? And my family like, no, Taylor, it's just the scar, that's how it's supposed to look. I'm like, some don't look right. And they was like, no, Taylor, I think that's how it's supposed to look. And then one day I went into the restroom, and I'll never forget the day. It was actually November 22nd, that morning of. No, it was 21st. I did something like that, and I was picking at my scar. That's what happened. I was picking at it because I was like, it was itching or something, and I was like, what is this? And I said, maybe it's infected. And my granny was like, nah, Taylor, it's not infected. It don't look infected. But then that morning, I had pushed my head together, and gooey stuff started coming out. And I said, this don't look right. Let's go to the doctor. Let's go to the emergency room. So I sent a picture to my doctor, and they was like, come in immediately. Went to ER. I'm thinking they gonna clean it, give me some pills, send me back home. Nah. They said, Taylor, you gotta have another surgery. Mind you, Dr. Day wasn't in that week. He wasn't in. And I was looking for my boy. He wasn't in. It was some other doctor that was Dr. Sobel. She was the plastic surgeon doctor. She's like, well, I'm going to work with the neuro team, but we going to patch you up this time. And I'm just like, I have to go through another surgery for real? It's like, yeah, you about to go through another surgery. Mind you, I haven't ate or nothing. I just took my pills that morning, and that was it. So they did a CT scan on me and another MRI. During my MRI, the man came in and said, the doctor wants to know if you're still fasting. I'm like, fasting? What you mean? I think they about to do surgery on you today. I'm like, oh my God, they told me they was going to do surgery tomorrow. Like, let me prepare my brain for this. So I'm just like, bro, all right, cool. Yeah, I guess I'm still fasting. I haven't ate. All right, cool, great. So we can do surgery today. Go in to surgery. Come out. Now this time I wake up, got a wrap on my head. I'm like, okay. And I got a little drainage thing. Mind you, I didn't know I had a drainage thing the first day after the first surgery. It's a lot of things that's coming back. Like, I didn't know. But I had a little drainage thing, and everybody kept coming in. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. So good. And I'm just like, this stuff don't look good. Like, no, I've been through enough. And I think this is where I reached my breaking point. This surgery was the breaking point of me. It was the point where I was about to give up. Because I'm so close to December 17th. And I had to come back here November 22nd. And this random surgery that I had to have is going to push everything back. It's going to push all the things back. Like, I already lost so much. What more? At this point, I was just like, take everything else you got. What else can you hit me with? And what else can I, lose at this point? And so that next day, I think, or that night of, I didn't get a room until late. It takes a long time after surgery to get a room. But I didn't get a room till late. But my mom, my dad, and my cousin was there. And I woke up and I just was sad. I was sad. Yeah, I was really, really sad. And I actually have a clip. My mom recorded this whole little, clip of me being sad. But it was all in a sense of, at that moment, I hated my life. I hated it. It was seriously, why is this happening? What did I do? What have I done for this to happen to me? Was I not, it had me question a lot of things. What was I doing? Was I not living right? Was I not, following God's path? He wasn't, it was just a lot of questions. And I came to the point where I was like, Taylor, I just hate my life. I hate my predicament of life right now. I hate how I'm at a standstill. I hate, everything was going great for me. And then now this happened. So it just stopped. And in my head, everything and everybody didn't give two craps about. So then my cousin came around, the bedside, and she was talking to me. She was like, Taylor, I know you going through this. And she said, I can't fathom like what you are feeling. I can't say I understand what you are going through or what you feeling, but just know that we going through it with you. And mind you, me being an independent person, my mom has always taught me like to be independent. Don't depend on nobody. Don't depend on nobody. Like, you know, do things for yourself so you can say I did it myself. And that's always been me. Like, I don't ask for help unless I just direly need it. And I just feel like going through this, God wanted me, or He wants me to lean on people when I usually don't lean on people. I try to figure things out myself. And my cousin was telling me, Taylor, you have to let people love you how they want to love you. And at the moment, I'm just like, you know, like, nah, like I want people to love me how I want to be loved. And my love sometimes can be you just sitting there and being there, or I really don't even know, like, at that moment what I needed, what I wanted, but I knew, like, I was overwhelmed with everything that was going on. Sometimes overwhelmment came from people checking in, people wanting to do stuff for me, people, like, just willing and ready to, like, give me things. And I'm just like, nah, like, I don't want it. I don't want none of this. Like, I really just want all this to be over. Like, I just want everything to be over. And she was just telling me, like, Taylor, you need to just take it easy. Like, you need to, like, chill out. And I'm just like, well, I haven't done nothing. I've been in the house. Like, I've been stuck in the house. Like, I haven't been able to do crap. The things that I do, I'm with my family. Like, that's it. They monitor me. Like, I feel like I'm getting monitored. I just feel like I lost everything. Nothing is going right. It's pushback after pushback. I'm back in this hospital. I'm back, like, under the knife. I'm back having to recover again. I'm back to this bullcrap. And I just hate everything. I hate everything about it. And she was just like, well, we here. We always gonna be here. Whether you like it or you don't. Like, we all gonna be here. And that talk really helped. I think that talk really helped me. Because when I got out November 26th, I really started diving deep into my therapy sessions. Like, I started therapy, like, right after I got out. But I think that helped me realize to sink in and process what I've been going through. And talking to my therapist, you know, we talk, you know. I'm always happy, go happy person. But it's a time where I'm just like, she's like, what's your end goal? And I told her, I said, well, my end goal is to smile again. And we would say, like, she would say certain things and I would probably chuckle or something, but it never was a smile. And she says something very important to me that made me smile. She said, Taylor, you're not okay. But it's for you to realize that you're not okay. And that's when I, like, really, like, sucking in, like, okay, I'm not. Like, I literally hate, like, truly and honestly, at that moment, I hated my life. Like, no, I'm not okay. I don't like how this is going. I don't like how everything was perfect before this happened. I don't like how, like, now I have to depend on people. I have to ask for stuff. I have to do this. I have to do that. I just feel like, ugh. All my independence is gone. Everything is just stripped away. Like, for what? Like, all I can do is sit here and wait 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 and wait. And she started telling me, Taylor, set boundaries. Set boundaries. That's what you gotta do. Set boundaries. Tell the people when they ask you, because one question that kills me, and it kills me to the day still, are you okay? Nah, fam. I'm not okay. I'm not. I'm not okay. I don't know when I really will be fully okay. Stop telling people you're okay. You're not okay. Tell people you're not okay. And I said, but that's going to raise more questions. She said, no, tell them I'm not okay, but it's okay to not be okay in the circumstance I'm in. And I'm going through. And I said, that's fire. That's a line. And she's like, nah, Jay, it's fine to not be okay because sometimes we're not okay. But it's okay for you not to be okay with what you're going through. Because who could imagine going through what you're going through right now? Nobody. We can't feel your pain. We don't know what's going through your mind every day. But I think that will help you to sit in that you're not okay. And I was like, all right, bet. I'm not okay. But it's okay for me to not be okay. And I literally tell myself this every single day. Every single day. So, of course, after surgery, I'm out November 26th, 2 days before Thanksgiving. Knowing you, God is a really good God. I just wanted to stop right there because he got me out 3 days before my birthday. Got me 2 days out before Thanksgiving. He's given me these chances to be around the people and family that he knows I love to be around. So it's just how good he is in the midst of me going through this storm. He's getting me out of this hospital so I can enjoy the fruits of his labor of me being alive and being around my family and being around love. So big ups to the big man because I love him. I truly love him. But, sitting in, talking to my therapist, okay, Tay, what's next? So go to my post-ops appointment. Of course. And, not the news that I want to hear. I had an infection, so now I'm on antibiotics. I had got this PICC line in me the day before I got out. It's well, you're going to be on antibiotics for 6 weeks. I'm 6 weeks. They say, yeah, to January 3rd, you're going to be on these antibiotics because we don't want this infection to come back and stuff like that. I'm just all right, whatever. It's so you got to give yourself these antibiotics every 8 hours for, that's 3 times a day. And I'm just So that's when my time starts setting up. It was crazy times. I'm just bro, I ain't getting no sleep. This is really tragic. But I was you know what? 6 weeks. Let's do it. January 3rd. Cool. But then I thought about it. It's I'm on here for 6 weeks. But I'm supposed to have my bone back in December 17th. They got throughout. They were nah, Tay, that's getting pushed back. Pushed back? What do you mean getting pushed back? So mind you, while I'm trucking into December 17th, I'm bet, I want to go see my kids before Thanksgiving break. So I'm they have community time on Wednesdays. I'm going to go surprise them. So I coordinated with people at the school, hey, I'm going to come that Wednesday to come see the kids, surprise them. Because mind you, my kids don't know what's going on with me. They just, honestly, they think I'm on a cruise. They thought I was on a cruise. Don't know how long a cruise is supposed to be in their eyes. But at this point, Miss Taylor having the time of her life. But I surprised them that Wednesday. That was the 20th. Yeah, the 20th. I went up to the school the 20th. And that's where all my kids signed my helmet. They wrote their names and I told them what was going on. I told them, hey, I'm about to have surgery in December to get my bone back. Miss Taylor's not forgotten about y'all. I'll be back soon. Don't know when that soon is, but depending on how surgery goes, that's what it's going to depend on. And the same week, that Friday was the day I had to go back to the hospital. He's yeah, Taylor, I hate we have to keep meeting like this, but yeah, that bone not coming back in, I would say until next year, later next year. I'm Later next year, he's like, yeah, because the antibiotics got to finish. And I just want to make sure, like, nothing else happens within that time. I'm just like, bruh, this has to be like a joke. Joke's on me at this point. So I'm like, whatever. I said, well, once the antibiotics, because this is my question, I just need to get something normal in my life back. Once these antibiotics are like done, what can I do? He said, oh, well, you can do your normal activities. He said, I mean, at the end of the day, Taylor, it's just like somebody that tore their ACL or, broke their bone. Yours is just a little more crucial. You just have a missing piece of your skull. And it's not like you out here trying to play football, or do some tackling. So you can do your normal activities once you're off these antibiotics. So I said, so I can drive? Yeah, you can drive. Can I go back to work? Yeah, you can go back to work. Bet. So January 3rd was a day. Like, okay, boom, cool. I ain't getting my bone back in December, but January 3rd now is my new day that I'm looking forward to. So on these antibiotics, cool as a whistle, smoothing through. Yeah, I don't like it. I hate it. I hate the times. I just hate everything like about it, but I'm pushing through because I'm like, we got to get to January 3rd. December, like 13th. Yeah, it was like December 13th. I started feeling a little bad. I just had no energy. Didn't want to do nothing. I just wanted to sleep. Just wanted to sleep. And Papa was like, what's wrong? I was like, I just want to sleep. All day I just slept. But I was like, but I don't feel good. And Granny was somewhere that day. And, me and Papa, we don't be knowing what to do with our Granny at times. So I'm like, well, let me call her and tell her to stop and get like a thermometer to see, like, check my temperature. Because I don't know what my temperature is. But I feel hot. So Granny got home. My temperature was like 102. So I'm like, all right, we'll take some Tylenol. Let's break this fever, see if it go down. That night, it went down to like 100. So I was like, all right, cool. We took some more Tylenol before I went to bed. And then boom, that Sunday morning, woke up. And I woke up to 104 fever. So Granny and Papa was at church. And I had to call my dad. Hey, Daddy, I got 104 fever. I think we need to go to the ER because they told me if I have a fever or anything while taking antibiotics, go straight to the emergency room. So went there. And from there, went back in the hospital December 15th. Was expecting, so I'm like, man, hopefully I don't have to have another surgery. Like, at this point, surgery is my middle name at this point. But no, I didn't have to have another surgery. But, of course, I was kept in there for 5 days. Apparently, my fever broke the day of when I got into the hospital. They got me down to like 98, 97. But the reason I was kept in is because my white blood cell count was very low. Like, low. And it was due to the antibiotics that I was given in November. So I've been giving myself these antibiotics, and they didn't know which one was causing me to like have a low white blood cell count. So therefore, they got to keep me in to monitor that. And plus, I had no blood at this point. I had to get a blood transfusion. Like, I'm anemic. I had no iron. It was just a lot of stuff that was happening this last time. I was like, bro, what is happening? And my whole thing was, man, January 3rd is about to be pushed back. I'm not going to be able to do nothing. Like, I'm about to be still chained into the house, the four walls that I don't like. I just don't. I'm a people's person. I got to see people. So, I'm just like, man, This is just tragic. So in hospital, things start looking up a little bit. Like finally, I got to a room about the second day ish, and that's when my doctors start coming in. Dr. Day even came, and he was like, "Taylor, why I see you like this? I don't know why, but honestly, this time I can't tell you much. It's up to the medicine team this time. It's out of our hands, but you're in great care. I hope you home before Christmas." And I'm just like, me too at this point. Like, come on. And then Dr. Sobel came, the plastic surgeon that stitched me up. Everybody telling me how good my little thing looked. They said, well, we can probably take some stitches out. I'm like, yeah, because at this point, my appointment was supposed to be Wednesday coming up. Might as well take some of these stitches out. So, was there, got some stitches taken out. And then the medicine people came and they put me on new antibiotics. So I'm like, man, y'all put me on new antibiotics. So I'm like, how long I gotta be on these antibiotics? The perfect story was, it's not changing. Your date is still the same. January 3rd, you're gonna be done with antibiotics. So I'm just like relieved. I'm just like, bet. So honestly, y'all keep me in here for how long y'all want to keep me in, as long as I'm off these antibiotics by January 3rd. So I got out of the hospital then, December 19th. So now we're here, January 4th, and I got my PICC line removed yesterday, January 3rd. And I just want to talk about the small win of that. The small win of me having my PICC line out means Taylor can drive again. Taylor is going back to work starting Monday, January 6th. I get some normal activity in my life again. It's just the feeling of, when I say I'm free, it's just like you finally can do something without having to depend and ask for something. So me going back to work, getting some type of normal in my life, be able to drive again, even though I haven't driven yet. It just feels good to know that I can. Surgery now, because I haven't set the date. I don't know the official date, but it's pushed back to June. But I think God is truly working in my favor. Why? Because June is the summer. I don't work in the summer, so I don't have to take time off. My paycheck is not getting cut anymore. Things are not getting stripped away from me, or I feel like I have to be stuck. Like, I feel like going back to work now will, not saying speed up time, but it will make things go a little bit faster than sitting at home. And I'm just happy to just be like in the midst of like, I'm here. So when you see me happy, when you see me like smiling, dancing, it's because I'm full of joy. And I'm full of just excitement on what's to come, because this year is gonna be great. My story is one random but unique story. And I'm very grateful for my story. Yes, I have half of my hair. Yes, I have half of a skull in, and part of my head looks deformed. But I'm rocking the crop. I'm rocking this style, and I will be rocking it until June. Whenever day that time comes, when he putting that bone back in, I'm rocking it. But now I take serious headaches. I take serious to like things that's happening to my body, because you never know what can be going on. So if you scared to go to the doctor, go. Like, go. I don't care what it's for. Go check it out. Go see what's going on. Because mind you, if I had never went to that urgent care, who knows like where my life would be or if I would even be here at this moment. So when I tell y'all the goodness of God, like he has been keeping me and he's steady keeping me. Like every day is still a challenge. Like every day I'll be like, I don't want to do this today. I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this. But God is telling me, Taylor, I opened your eyes this morning. Like, we go do something. We gonna get out this bed. We gonna smile. We gonna laugh. We gonna, do something. So I would just say, like, in anything you're going through, like, just keep pushing. Like, that's what I'm doing. And y'all seeing it. Like, y'all tell me all the time, like, Taylor, like, we love, like, your spirit. Y'all keeping me going. Y'all keeping me going. God is keeping me going. I mean, and I just want to, like, thank everybody that's been in my corner. The ones that I've seen, the ones that I don't see, but I know y'all praying for me. The ones that check on me, like, every other day, every day. The ones that just covering me. I want to thank all y'all that came up to the hospital, that said they were coming, didn't come, but then called me, texted me. The ones that I just talked to, like, everybody that's been sending me their love, their prayers. I receive it. And y'all, and I don't know if y'all can see, but God is really in the healing business. Like, where I came from, October till now, I can tell y'all from looking at it, I'm a totally different person. Like, I just appreciate life so much more. And if I was appreciating life back then, of course, but like now in this moment, it's just like I don't have energy, I don't have time for like negative things. It's just like peace around here now. But for real, God is good. And that's my story.